Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to install the Red Hat operating system in virtual machine and how to customize the partitions while installing the operating system. So I have mapped the operating system to the virtual machine. Okay. So we just go to edit settings and I have already customized the CPU, memory, hard disk and network and the data store ISO file. We just have to select the ISO image or Red Hat ISO image file and map the ISO image file to the DVD here. So here, if you go here and if you select the OS images, okay, then I have see Red Hat. I'm going to install Red Hat 8.8. So select it and so make sure that it is connected and okay. And so we are now powering on. So let's go to the console, web console. Now, if so, it asks us to select the operating system, install the Red Hat operating system, and we have to click on web console. Then, if you take the arrows up arrow keys, so you can select installing Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8.8 and click enter. So it get installed. It's getting installed now. Now, first, it asks us to select the language. So by default, English, US, we are selecting. Let's continue. And here, keyboard English US, then connect to Red Hat. Here, you can select it or you can leave it. Okay. And install destination. So so here what happened is when we don't want the operating system to be customized, for example, like we want the partitions, there are partitions, so there are two mandatory partitions. One is slash boot and other one is slash. So these two are mandatory partitions. While installing the operating system, we these two are mandatory. These two are inevitable. So we should uh, configure these two partitions. In addition to these two partitions, okay. In addition to this, we have few partitions that should be configured. So suggested partitions. Suggested partitions. What are the suggested partitions? First one is slash boot, and the second one is slash, and the third one is slash var, and fourth one is swap. Okay, so generally slash boot is it I in the class itself, Red Hat class starting itself, I have explained about the partitions and like directories and its importance, like slash boot slash dev and slash home slash bin slash sbin slash var slash usr and here we have a mandatory partitions 2 and suggested partitions 4. Okay, so here slash boot partition. This slash boot partition has a OS bootable files. Okay, so these bootable files help the operating system to load. Okay, so if any one of the files in a boot slash boot directory is missed or deleted, then it's gone. The operating system itself will not be, it goes to down. It goes down and it will not be recovered. So we have to again reinstall the operating system. So it's very important slash important partition slash boot. So I'll tell you again why it is important. It has bootable files which helps OS to load. It has OS bootable files which helps the operating system. So slash root. So it is main directory. Okay. So slash is the main directory. This is the slash is the main, or you can say root directory, main and root directory. So after slash only we have directories like a slash boot, slash var, and slash etc. So these all are not leading. It's main and root directory. Okay. So slash var. See, the slash var contains the system contains the activities that are done in a system. Okay, so whatever the activity that performed in a system get recorded in a slash var partition. Okay, it contains system activities, data. So the data get updated in the in this directory. Okay, so whenever see even small activity also is recorded in slash var directory. Therefore if anything happens, then we can trace the things in a slash var directory. Okay, so one could, I would say, the logs, it holds the logs. Okay, so there's three partitions. Okay, and the one more partition is swap partition. This swap when the RAM, okay, when the RAM goes out of the use, out of the complete uh, memory. Okay, for example, we have given the 4 GB. So if the 4 GB is utilized completely, then the swap will act as a memory. Okay, the swap act as a memory. Therefore, we give the swap the size as twice or thrice of the RAM. Okay. For example, if the uh, RAM is 4 GB, okay, so we can give the swap size or 8 GB or 6 GB or 12 GB. Okay. Swap swap is utilized when main memory is go out of complete use. When the main memories goes out of the main memory, so here the swap size, let's say the ram's RAM size is 4 GB, then swap is allocated 4 GB or 8 GB. So the size of the directory. Okay. So here the swap size is given four either equal size or twice of the RAM size. Okay, so when the main memory the RAM is goes out of the complete size, for example, so then the swap comes into picture, and the swap size it will be utilized as a memory. Okay, therefore we given the size of the RAM equal to RAM or twice of the RAM. Okay. Next one is so these are four partitions we give while server installation. So the five this how much we can give is how much it like 512 MB. Okay, this is the main partition, right? So the main partition we give around equal size 6 GB. This is a 20 GB. Okay, hard disk I have given 20 GB. Therefore, I'm giving a equal size slash var and swap. Swap can be given 4 GB. Okay, and slash var can be given 5 GB. Okay, so 9 GB. Here we can give 549. So I can give here. See, even if we don't give, though it will occupy. Okay, so let's say we'll give 9 GB, 5499 and 18. Okay, see, the slash is a root directory. Under root directory has some mini directories. Okay, slash etc, slash bin, slash sbin. So and slash dev. So there are so many partitions. So each partition takes a little amount of the size. Therefore, so we give the 9 GB is given to the slash directory. Okay, so we will go ahead and give the create the partitions. Okay, and one more thing is the partitions, along with the partition we create the a method. Okay, in previous class I have discussed about the volume management. Okay, logical volume management, how the each partition is configured with a format. Okay, partition type. Okay, so here this is the boot partition is not can never be extended. because it's fixed. Okay, so therefore we use standard method. Okay, so slash boot is a fixed, therefore we use the standard method. We don't because no, LVM is only to extend the partition or to reduce the partition. Okay, so for that we can use the LVM. So slash can be used for LVM method, and var LVM method, and swap can be LVM. So these three partitions can be done in LVM, but slash boot is in standard method because these cannot be extended. Okay, let's go ahead and allocate the size and create the partitions. Okay, now here if we select this automatic and done, then the partitions get created automatically. Okay, we don't have to do anything manually. But when it comes to the custom partitions, okay, if we then done, we get the one more page. So here, if you see here, we have a here plus minus and refresh symbol and available space. Here we have given 20 GB. So total space and available space. So so how to create the partition? Okay, so click on the plus symbol. So when you click on plus symbol, it gives mount point and desired capacity. So now the first thing I just want to give the partition is slash boot. Okay, this is because it's a very important partition, slash boot. So here, and this is desired capacity. This is considered as MB only. In MB only it considered. Okay, so I've given partition 512 MB. Add mount point. See, if you see here slash boot 512 MB, and it is device type is standard. See, standard partition LVM thin provisioning. But here we have standard partition. We can select. Okay. The next one is, see, if you see here, we have allocated 512 MB for slash boot partition. Now we have a 19.5 GB out of 20. These are 20, and the available space 90.5 GB. Now let's go ahead and again create one more partition. Now I'm going to create the one more partition, that is slash var partition. Slash var, and how much we have, 5 GB, right? 5 5120. Okay, 5120. So it is 5 GB. Okay, now we'll create the swap. Swap we can give the 4 GB. So 4 into 1024, 4196, I think. Let's calculate. 4096, yes. Next one is the last, we can give the slash partition. Here, see, if we don't mention the here, then it consider the complete size. The remaining whatever the leftover size. Okay, see, we have the leftover size is 10 GB, 10.49 GB. So all the size will be considered. 10 GB will be considered slash partition. If we don't mention here how much size. Okay, so then we are giving the uh, you know uh, much space to the slash partition. Therefore, we are not mentioning any amount of the space here. Okay, so therefore if we don't mention here, the complete space will be considered. Okay, so click add mode point. Now if you see here, slash partition has 10 GB and slash var has 5 GB, slash boot has 512 MB, slash swap has a 4 GB partition. Now I'm done. Okay, and if you see, slash has a LVM partition. Okay, method device type, and slash var 5 GB. If you see 5 GB, and swap as LVM. And if you see here, boot is standard method. This is recommended and suggested. Okay, we should not go for LVM because this is standard method. We cannot extend the slash boot partition. Okay, now we are done. Let's click on done. Okay, now it asks us, we can accept the changes. Okay, now the installation is selected. We have customized the installation destination point. Okay, now the language support we have selected already. The location source local media, installation source in local media, kdump is enabled, and time and date. Time and date we will select the our IST time zone. Okay, so Asia, and a security policy is not required. Network host we don't, it's not required as of now. So root password, I'll set the root password. Okay, now I've set the root password. Okay, now I have set the root password. If you want to create the user, you can create here user creation, username and full name and password and confirm password. As of now, I don't want to create the user. Okay, okay, let's click on begin installation. So the files are getting installed, whatever the supported files and all. So once the operating system is installed, loaded, the first thing that we have to do is to assign the IP address. Okay. Uh, Generally, when the machine is installed, one dynamic IP is assigned. Okay, if it is connected to the HCP. So the first and foremost thing that we need to do is to get into the system and set the static IP. Okay, I'll show you how to set the static IP once the installation is finished. Now the installation is completed. Okay, now let's reboot the system. So here license information. Let's select and accept and then click on a done option. Finish configuration. User creation. If I want, I will create or else. Let's leave it and click on finish configuration. Or else now let's set the password. So let's take the console terminal and okay. Now let's switch to root. So if you see the IP is not assigned. Therefore, we should assign the static IP. Okay. I have one IP which is unassigned. Okay. Let's assign the IP, static IP to the machine. Okay. Not only IP, subnet mask, and default gateway. Okay. So we have two ways to assign static IP. One is nm CLI connect con mod and IPv4 IPv4 dot AD or and equal then we can assign a IP. This is one way. Okay. NMCLI connection mod IPv4 dot address ADDR and equal to double inverted commas inside the double inverted commas we assign the IP. That is one way. But the best way is let's get it to the configuration file, configuration location. Okay, chd slash etc sys config network network strips. Okay, now we have a vi if cf. If you see here, we have a details like configuration network configuration details like no IPv4 type and proxy browser boot proto D route IPv4 IPv6 name and UUID device and on boot. Okay, here once we get into this location, only two things that we need to modify. Okay, the one is the boot proto. Okay, let's insert. So boot proto is here is DHCP. We don't want, we want the IP to be a static. Therefore, I'm modifying, I'm assigning static. And on boot, here on boot, I'm setting on boot. No, here S. Here, because on boot S means the Ethernet call also should come while server is coming. But when it comes to no Ethernet code or you know uh, network card should not come while server is coming up. Here we are setting on boot as because Ethernet card should come while server is up. Okay. Now we'll add the IP address. IP ADDR equal to 10.162.3.111. This is an IP and net mask. Net mask is 255.255.255.0. Next gateway. Gateway is 10.162.3.236. This is the gateway. Okay. So uh, only the two things need to modify, three things to be added here is that two things is root proto is should be static, should not be DHCP, and on boot should be S. Okay, and IP address we have added. Okay, now let's come out of the config file wq, sorry, wq. Okay, now we have assigned an IP. Now let's restart the network. Okay, from the 8.8 versions, we don't have a concept like a network service. We have a concept like network manager. Okay, so systemctl restart network manager. Sorry, typo. Let's see the status of the network manager. See, now it's showing it's running. Okay, now we'll see IP. If you see here, we have assigned IP 10.162.3.11. Okay, now let's connect through the putty. Now we see we have installed operating system and we assigned IP through web console. Okay, we want to connect through the putty. 10.162.3. Okay. Uh, okay. So this is how. Let's see whether it's a connected machine is connected or not. IP. So my this machine is 99. Okay. Now ping 10.162.3. So machine is it is connectivity state. Okay. So it's giving the ping. Okay. So okay. See this is how we assign a IP to the this is how we assign a static IP to the machine. Okay. So I hope this video is informative and useful. And thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day. So keep watching. And see, before that, I just want to inform one more thing is to connect the one machine to other this machine. SSHD should be also be in running state, in active state. Okay, let's check system CTL status SSHD. Sorry, this is a typo. Okay, so SSHD is running. So the other machine can connect to this machine. This machine also can connect to other machine. Okay, so make sure that these services like SSHD, network manager, these all are working in working state. Okay, and thanks for watching. And uh, if you have any concern, queries to ask, please ask. And thank you for watching. Have a nice day.